It's Maria, Still Dreaming Homestead. I'm glad you're back with me again. And I just have a fun story for you tonight. I think you're going to like it. And I've got my two buddies over here. Let's see if you can see them. There they are. They wanted to listen too. But I think the dog might want to also make a telephone call. So anyhow, I want to read you a Winnie the Pooh meets Gopher. I like Winnie the Pooh. He's such a nice little bear. Let's see if I can get this a little closer so you can see the pictures a little better. Can you see that pretty good? There we go. Winnie the Pooh lived in the forest under the name of Sanders, which means he had the name Sanders over the door and he lived under it. So over the door, he lived under that sign. One day, when Pooh was sitting resting, his clock chimed. Now, what does that mean? Wondered Pooh. He knew it meant something, but being a bear of very little brain, he had to think and think. Ah, yes, that was it. It was time for his stoutness exercises. Up, down, went Pooh, humming a little hum. Doing his stoutness exercises made him hungry. Oh, bother! The honey pot was empty again. There was nothing in it. He would have to go out and find some. And I'll show you the picture. And so Pooh went out walking, and he came to a sandy bank with a hole in it. It was Rabbit's hole. And Rabbit might say, "Want a bit of lunch?" "Is anybody home?" called Pooh. "No," said a voice. "Bother," said Pooh. "Isn't that you, Rabbit?" "No," said the voice. Pooh stuck his head in the hole. Oh, look who it was. It was Rabbit. "Oh, hello, Pooh," said Rabbit. "What a pleasant surprise. What about a bit of lunch? I do feel like a little something now that I've come to think of it," said Pooh, and he settled down to a small helping of honey and condensed milk without the bread. For a long time, Pooh ate and ate and ate. Then, in a rather sticky voice, he said goodbye to Rabbit and started to climb out of the hole. Uh-oh, do you see a problem there? "Oh, help! Oh, bother! I'm stuck," said Pooh. "It all comes from eating too much," said Rabbit, and he started pushing. But it was no help. "It all comes from not having front doors big enough," said Pooh. "I shall go and fetch Christopher Robin," said Rabbit, dashing out the back door. "Don't go away." Do you think he could go away? Nope, he's stuck. Here's the next picture. "I say," said Owl, who had landed nearby, "are you stuck?" "No, I'm just resting and thinking," said Pooh. Owl looked at him closely. "You, sir, are stuck," he said. "This situation obviously calls for an expert." "Here I am," said Samuel G. Gopher, an excavation expert at your service. Do you know what excavation is? That's digging dirt. There he is. Look at him. He knows how to dig. Gopher strutted around Pooh, poking and prodding. Hard digging. Danger of a cave-in. Need planks for bracing. Big job. 2-3 days. What about lunches? Said Pooh. No problem, said Gopher. I always bring my own lunch. Run into money. Strictly cash. Think it over. Let me know. Here's my card. And he disappeared as suddenly as he came. Cheer up, poor Pooh Bear. We're coming, called a voice. Christopher Robin, there he is. Christopher Robin loved Pooh so much. And Kanga and Roo and Piglet and Eeyore and Rabbit appeared over the hill. They started pulling and pulling. Look at they're working so hard. There's only one thing to do, said Christopher Robin at last. We'll have to wait until you get thin. Might take weeks, even months, said Eeyore sadly. And no meals, said Christopher Robin. And so there was Winnie the Pooh, half in and half out of the rabbit hole. It was in a mess. Night fell and rain fell, and when Pooh got wet, Rabbit and the others had to wring him out. They sang him sustaining songs, that's songs to keep him brave, and tried to cheer him up, and Pooh tried to not think about eating. Then they all went home, and Pooh was left there all alone. I think I could blast you out of there, said Gopher, appearing suddenly. You are that stuck-up bear, aren't you? He added. Said Pooh absently, eyeing Gopher's lunchbox. Pooh's looking at that because he's feeling hungry. But blasting him out, that sounds dangerous. What's in the box? Said Pooh, suspecting something. Let's see, said Gopher. Busily, there's a little cold salmon and some custard and, oh yes, honey. Honey? Said Pooh Bear. Honey, gasped Rabbit. Inside his hole, oh no, not that. Finding his front door still full, he dashed out the back door and ran around just in time to see Gopher politely handing over the honey jar to Pooh. Stop it at once, said Rabbit, snatching away the jar. Not one drop. But Rabbit, I wasn't going to eat it, said Pooh in an offended tone of voice. Only taste it. Do you think Pooh was only going to taste it? Here's the next picture. I will taste it, Rabbit said grandly. You are in a predicament. No tasting, no eating till you are thin. Thoughtfully, he tasted the honey, then gave the jar back to Gopher. Very good, in fact, not bad at all, but not for Pooh Bear. Rabbit was quite busy for a long time down in his hole. When he came back up, he had a sign that he had made. It said, "Don't feed the bear." Gopher didn't come back after that. Pooh got thinner and thinner until at last, when they all pulled and Rabbit pushed, pop, out came Pooh, and off he went flying through the air. Christopher Robin and Piglet and Eeyore and Kanga and Roo all landed in a heap. "Where is he?" said Rabbit, looking from his front door, out his front door at last. "Stuck again," said Eeyore sadly. "Stuck again?" "Don't worry, silly old bear," said Christopher Robin in a loving voice. "We'll get you out." There he is, he's up in a tree. "There's no hurry," mumbled Pooh Bear. "This is the right kind of tree and the right kind of bee." What a very happy ending that was for Pooh. You see, he landed in a bee tree. And he was eating all the honey he wanted. He was so happy. So that was a nice story. I hope you liked it. I liked it. I want to tell you I love you. I really do. But more importantly, God loves you, and He always will. I'll be back again tomorrow to read to you. Have a great night, or day if you're watching in the day. All right. God bless you. Bye-bye.